conquered, and they left wreckage behind. Cena, Orton, Bryan, Undertaker, nobody was untouchable. Not legends, not management, not even the ones who created them. When their music hit, the air changed. You knew something real was about to go down. WWE had seen factions before, but nothing like this. This was the PG era. Characters were cartoonish, promos were sanitized, segments were scripted into safety. But the Shield, they arrived as a purge. They felt dangerous, real, uncontrolled. Their violence didn't feel rehearsed, it felt necessary. Their promos weren't glossy, they were confessions before war. Their gear wasn't flashy, it was armor. They didn't walk the ramp, no lights, no pyro. Just three men rising from the crowd, like assassins set to end the line. They weren't here to be superstars. They were here to deliver justice by any means necessary. Each member brought something essential. Seth Rollins was the mind, the architect, cold, calculated, a master technician who made chaos look deliberate. Dean Ambrose was the storm, raw, unhinged, the kind of man who'd throw himself into fire just to watch it burn. Roman Reigns was the power, the silent executioner, the guillotine. When he struck, it was final. Individually, they weren't ready, not polished enough to stand alone with the greats, but they never fought alone. They moved like one body, fought in perfect unison. They didn't compete, they overwhelmed, outnumbering, suffocating, dismantling, like a war machine that never ran out of fuel. But what made them unforgettable wasn't just the dominance, it was the bond.
Pull out secret weapons. Nobody's ever seen the double triple powerbomb, baby. The regular one is a triple powerbomb. Big man. We put two people up. It's a double triple powerbomb.
They weren't three men thrown together. They were brothers. You could see it in how they celebrated each other's wins, how they panicked when one was hurt, how they carried each other after matches. It didn't feel scripted because it wasn't. It was real. Anyone who knows wrestling knows the truth. WWE's locker room isn't a family. It's a battlefield, a constant war for position, for airtime, for survival. It's jealousy, politics, pressure, and when three unknowns walked in and got handed the podium, others had clawed for. It didn't sit right. Backstage, the hate came fast. So did the games. John Moxley, Ambrose, wrote about it in his autobiography. Seth told me another story once about some guys who obviously didn't like him, trying to get him to drink with them. Not in a friendly, let's have a beer way, but in a we think you're cocky, so we're going to pressure you into shots kind of way. Seth's not a drinker. My freaking blood boiled. That's my boy. This kind of crap brought us together. On TV, they were three outsiders taking on the machine. Off camera, it was the same story. They shared rides, shared motel rooms, shared floors and beds, practiced spots, wrote promos, rehearsed the future. Their entire livelihood depended on making it feel good. And you don't go through that without building something real, something that survives time, fame, and separation. Even now, years after the split, when they share a moment on screen that connects them, and the fans feel it because it's not nostalgia, it's true. Love. For 18 months, the Shield ran through the roster, turned giants to dust, stacked titles, forged a legacy that will never be forgotten. But then the cracks started to show, and everything depended on making the Shield. And you don't go through that without building something real, something that survives time, fame, and separation. Even now, years after the split, when they share a moment on screen, that connection bleeds through, and the fans feel it because it's not nostalgia, it's true. For 18 months, the Shield ran through the roster, turned giants to dust, stacked titles, forged a legacy that will never be forgotten. But then the cracks started to show, and the architect had already seen the foundation. There are moments in wrestling history that people remember exactly.
How you pump fake it?
And every single feels etched in time. This was one of those moments. All three men stood, just finished fighting another girl, Triple H arrived.
Holy crap, come on, baby. Show me something, baby. Show me something, baby.
Seth Rollins was an ambitious.
Let's go. I'm on that.
Fought it side by side with his brothers. They were forged in the same fire. But Seth wasn't built to share the spotlight. He was made to dance alone in the chaos. So he took the sword and drove it into the backs of his brothers. Then he kept stacked titles, forged a legacy that will never be forgotten. But then the cracks started to show, and the architect had already seen